Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Poonam Dua from Imend Education Academy of Literature, and today we are going to cover a very important literary topic, that is Virginia Woolf. We have recently started with the biographies of famous writer, and today we will cover Virginia Woolf, one of the most famous modernist writer. So let us start the video now. Please watch the whole video carefully so that you can attempt maximum number of MCQs out of this topic. Thanks a lot for watching. So here we are with another biography of Virginia Woolf. This is part 1 and it will be followed by one more part in which we will discuss few important texts, and part 3 will have MCQs, all related MCQs with Virginia Woolf. Please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel before moving further. Let us begin with the introduction of Virginia Woolf. She was an English writer, and as I told, she is considered one of the most important modernist 20th century authors and a great figure, a pioneer figure in the use of stream of consciousness as a narrative device. We will discuss this stream of consciousness in short within this video itself. She was born in 1882 and died 1941. She committed suicide. I will create a separate video about the details of stream of consciousness. At present, I am discussing it in short. In literary criticism, stream of consciousness is a narrative device, is a narrative mode or a method, you can say, that attempts to depict the multitude, the plethora of thoughts and feelings which pass through the mind of the narrator or protagonist of the story. The term was coined by Alexander Bain in 1855. He was a Scottish philosopher and educationalist. Let us know something about the beginning of the poetic talent of Virginia Woolf. She was encouraged by her father always, and she began writing professionally in 1900 when she was about 18. Her father's death in 1905 caused a great mental breakdown to her, and following his death, because he was her inspiration, following his death the family moved from Kensington to the Bloomsbury, where they adopted a free-spirited lifestyle. And it was in Bloomsbury where, in connection with the brothers intellectual friends, they formed the artistic and literary group which we today call Bloomsbury Group. You may have question in exams related to this group, so I am giving a brief introduction here. It was a group of associated English writer, intellectuals, philosopher and artists, specifically in the first half of 20th century, and it included prominent members like Virginia Woolf, John Maynard Keynes, E.M. Forster and Lytton Strachey. We will discuss few most important texts written by Virginia Woolf. Mrs. Dalloway, 1925, To the Lighthouse, 1927, Orlando, A Biography, 1928, A Room of One's Own, 1929, The Waves, 1931, Between the Acts, 1941. So you have to remember all these in chronological order only. You may get any kind of question in your exam, so try to learn as much as possible. सबसे पहले बात करते हैं मोस्ट फेमस मिसेस डेलोवे की. मिसेस डेलोवे एक नॉवल है वर्जीनिया वुल्फ द्वारा लिखा गया, एंड इट डिपिक्ट्स ओनली अ सिंगल डे इन द लाइफ ऑफ द प्रोटैगनिस्ट हुज नेम हैपन्स टू बी क्लैरिसा डेलोवे. Clarissa Dalloway, a fictional high society woman during the First World War England, and it is considered to be one of Woolf's best known novels. Clarissa Dalloway, as I told, is a high society English woman, and Woolf tells the story of her life in post-World War I London. Woolf explores the society of that time and creates an image of the protagonist's life, Clarissa's life, through her thoughts, as Clarissa prepares simultaneously for a party that she is going to throw that evening, that she is going to host that evening. In the party, she gets to hear about the suicide of a parallel character, Septimus Warren Smith. In spite of not meeting with the character Septimus Warren Smith ever, she feels a connection with him. Clarissa is clearly not happy, not very satisfied with her life, but she is just living it. The same way she feels that Septimus Warren Smith was also not happy with his life, the way he was living, but he had got the courage to take an action, the action of committing suicide. This is a famous quote from Mrs. Dalloway which has been taken from the composition of Shakespeare. The words came to her, "Fear no more the heat of the sun." She felt somehow very like him, the young man who had killed himself. She felt glad that he had done it, thrown it away. Actually, Clarissa is thinking about the suicide of Septimus Warren Smith and she is encouraging that act. This book actually is a great example of stream of consciousness narrative as the reader gets thrown into Clarissa's mind and her world, creating a sense of intimacy, closeness with the character. It was also made into a film in 1997. Let us know about few characters of Mrs. Dalloway. She married the reliable Richard Galloway instead of the demanding Peter Walsh, and she had a close female friend, Sally Seaton. Another character is Septimus Warren Smith and Lucrezia. Septimus, a First World War veteran suffering from traumatic stress after the war, and spends his day in the park with his Italian wife, Lucrezia. Mrs. Dalloway is many a times compared with the Ulysses written by James Joyce in 1922. Ulysses, novel by Irish writer James Joyce, first published in the book form in 1922. Because of the structural and stylistic similarities, Mrs. Dalloway is commonly thought to be similar to James Joyce's Ulysses, a text that is often considered one of the greatest novels of the 20th century in terms of stream of consciousness. Next work that we will discuss is To the Lighthouse, 1927. It is a novel by Virginia Woolf and it centers on Ramsay family and the visit of the Ramsay family to the Isle of Skye in Scotland between 1910 and 1920. The novel has been divided into three parts: The Windows, Time Passes and The Lighthouse. The first part we are discussing, the novel is set in Ramsay's summer home in the Hebrides on the Isle of Skye. This is shown in the first part, The Windows. The second section, Time Passes, gives a sense of time passing, absence and death, and the third part shows the complexity of experience, complexity of human relationships. At the beginning of the novel, few characters are gathered at a house. The Ramsays and their 8 children have been joined at the house by a number of friends and colleagues. Mrs. Ramsay, Mr. Ramsay, Lily Briscoe. Lily Briscoe is a young married painter friend of Ramsay's, and James Ramsay are shown in the beginning, the youngest Ramsay child. Let us discuss few guests now. Paul Rayleigh first. Paul Rayleigh, a young friend of Ramsay's and visiting them at their summer home, he proposes one of the character Minta Doyle as well. Minta Doyle, another character, a young woman visiting Ramsay's and she is proposed by Paul Rayleigh. Charles Tansley, an atheist whom none of Ramsay's family particularly like, and William Banks, an old friend of Ramsay's, Augustus Carmichael, an unhappy poet who takes opium, and he has achieved little success also until after World War I, and because of the controlling wife, Mrs. Ramsay, he dislikes Mrs. Ramsay. अब डिस्कस करते हैं द चिल्ड्रन ऑफ द फैमिली. एंड्रू रैमसे, द ओल्डेस्ट सन. जेस्पर रैमसे, वन ऑफ रैमसे's सन. रॉजर रैमसे, also one of Ramsay's son. Prue Ramsay, Prue is the oldest daughter of Ramsay, and Rose Ramsay, one of Ramsay's daughter. Nancy Ramsay, one of daughters, and Cam Ramsay. Cam is Ramsay's youngest daughter. Now we will talk about Orlando, a Biography, 1928. Orlando, a Biography is a novel by Virginia Woolf, first published on 11th October 1928. The story goes like this. The hero is born as a male nobleman in England during the reign of Elizabeth I, Queen Elizabeth I, and he goes through many changes. One of them is change of sex at the age of around 30, and lives on this earth for more than 300 years, and presumably without getting aged. This is a high spirit kind of a rough play inspired by the family history of Woolf's lover and close friend, the aristocratic poet and novelist Vita Sackville West. It is arguably one of Woolf's most popular novel, a history of English literature in satiric form. Let us know something about Mary Sackville West. Usually known as Vita Sackville West, was an English author and garden designer. She was a successful novelist, poet, and journalist, as well as a prolific letter writer and diarist. She was the inspiration for the androgynous protagonist of Orlando, and Orlando, a biography by her famous friend and lover Virginia Woolf. The book describes the adventures of a poet who changes the gender from man to woman and lives for centuries, many centuries, and meeting the key figures of English literary history. It tells the story of cross-dressing, sex-changing. Orlando, who begins life as a young nobleman in 16th century, moves through numerous historical and geographical worlds to finish as a modern women writer in 1920s. A major theme in the novel is the idea that fulfillment is almost impossible to achieve. Time and time again, Orlando tries to find meaning in life and happiness in life by trying to immerse himself in various activities. There is an important character, Shell, in this biography. Shell, a brave seaman, Shell sweeps Orlando off her feet in the 19th century when he sees her hurt on the moor. Shell is in love with Orlando and hastens to marry her, but he, like many other fictional Victorian heroes, is torn between love for a woman and his duty as a seaman. Woolf and Vita Sackville both were known for their liberal views on sexuality, and the two began a sexual and romantic relationship that lasted for more than a decade and continued as a friendship long after that also. Notably, this inspiration is confirmed by Woolf herself, who noted her diary the idea of Orlando on 5th October 1927, and she wrote, "And instantly the usual exciting devices enter my mind, a biography beginning in the year 1500 and continuing to the present day called Orlando." We have one more interesting information. Nigel Nicholson, Sackville West's son, wrote once, "The effect of Vita on Virginia is all contained in Orlando. The longest and most charming love letter in literature, in which she explores Vita, weaves her in and out of the centuries, tosses her from one sex to the other, plays with her, dresses her in furs, lace and emeralds, teases her, flirts with her, drops a veil of mist around her." Nigel Nicholson was an English writer and politician as well as a publisher, and he has been the biographer of literary group Bloomsbury, which included the biography of Virginia Woolf and his own mother Vita. In next part of the video, you can watch the following text, "A Room of One's Own, The Waves Between the Acts," and do not forget to share and subscribe the channel. Best of luck for your exams. Keep watching this.